Hi, my name is Thomas Gulam, and for this assignment I have chosen to describe and analyze the internationally renowned coffee house known as Café Hawelka. I chose this particular cafe as well as Viennese coffee culture because I believe it can be heavily related to the idea of a bridge between borders, seeing as coffee houses were less used to consume coffee and more as a place of gathering. As mentioned before, Café Hawelka is well known around the world due to it being an integral part of Austrian culture. The cafe itself is located in Vienna's first district known as the Innenstadt. Café Hawelka, as well as other coffee houses, have played an important role in shaping Viennese culture. UNESCO, or the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, added Viennese coffee houses to their list of intangible cultural heritage. During the siege of Vienna, after successfully pushing back the Turkish troops, the Austrians were left with an enormous amount of abandoned coffee bags. Austrians were introduced to the beverage, which ultimately led to the opening of coffee houses all across Vienna. Most of the remaining houses today are over 300 years old, mostly unchanged. For example, Café Korb, which is a local hotspot today, was visited by Emperor Franz Joseph in 1904 during its opening day. Sadly, the owner of Café Hawelka passed away in 2011 at the age of 100. Leopold is known as an icon among Austrians after opening several renowned coffee houses. He first operated Café Alt Wien and then Café Ludwig. After meeting his wife Josephine, he opened Café Hawelka in 1939. However, the cafe was closed during the war, but was reopened in fall of 1945. What made coffee houses such an integral part of Viennese culture is how it functioned in a social context. Coffee houses were not simply for drinking coffee or used as a pick-me-up, but rather served as a locale in which people from all walks of life would meet up. These houses attracted a number of influential people ranging in all sorts of professions. Some famous frequent visitors are Andy Warhol, Hilde Spiel, who was a writer and journalist from Austria, and Friedrich Hundertwasser, who was an artist and architect. Coffee in Austria is regarded as a way of life and a distinct and essential part of local culture. UNESCO stated that coffee houses in Vienna hold a very specific atmosphere and where time and space are consumed, but the only coffee that is found is on the bill. Rather than acting as a restaurant or cafe, coffee houses acted as an extended living room to its visitors, who were encouraged to sit, talk, think, or pretty much anything else. Coffee houses were expressly designed for lingering, reflecting Vienna's laid-back approach to life. It was a place where people could meet, read, write, discuss, and think. It was a spot where one could go to hear about international news as well as local gossip. They served as meeting points for all sorts of people, no matter where you came from or what gender you were. Lastly, like I said before, cafes acted as a sort of bridge between borders in the sense that anyone could buy a single cup of coffee and stay the entire day in the cafe, talking about any subject and learning at the same time. Without a doubt, with the popularity of smartphones and certain chains, traditional coffee houses don't receive as many customers as they once did. However, seeing as they act as Vienna's heart and soul, and also having survived 2 world wars, they are not going anywhere anytime soon. Thank you for listening to my presentation. If you would like, you could download the PowerPoint and click the link on this slide to view an interior 360-degree panorama of the cafe.